Hello and welcome to another episode of Budget Buggies. This is actually a tutorial episode. I'm going up against this team. He's got a kind of a decent squad, 93 chem. Benzema is the real threat up top. The rest of the team is alright. The player actually in this that I played against, he was fairly good, so I thought I'd use this match as an example for some of the more advanced attacking and defensive maneuvers. So what I'll do is I'll just take clips out of this game and kind of try and break it down. So the game was fairly even for a very long time here. Pretty good goalkeeping from him. And this is actually where I'll start. He makes a really long pass here. And you can see that there's a clearance there. So let's see how that developed. He made a long pass, and I was in control of the player at 1. So I instantly knew I had to go and cover and kind of do a pincer maneuver with the defender at position 2, and so that I can restrict his options, try and keep him out of the center. So you can see me going in there, and now my defender's actually behind him at position 1, and I have to watch what's happening at position 3. So I want defender number 2 to actually just go in a straight line. That way I can cover both the guy at 1 and at 3. So I do that, and because of that, you can see I was able to make the tackle. And even if I didn't, defender 2 would have to come in, and then defender 3 would have to come in to cover the gap that 2 was leaving. So it was still going to be a safe move for me to tackle. So let's just look at that move in full speed again. You see the defender's coming across. I switch over really fast, and then I clear it. So that's kind of a way to anticipate defensive maneuvers. Here's another one, similar one, except he kind of figured out from the previous stuff that he needed to do a little bit. He needed to be a little bit more elaborate. So here again, you see him trying to go down the wing. I lost him at 1. Now I need to rush back and cover him at position through using my defender at 3. And essentially what I want to do is I want to cut off his path to goal. So that's what I'm trying to do with the defender I have selected at position 1 is make sure he has nowhere to run towards goal and kind of make a diagonal cut across him so I can do the tackle at the same time. Now, he's been here before, so what he's actually going to do is a skill move, but I don't know that. So for me, I just need to take the defender at 1 and keep moving him towards goal, almost perpendicular to the goal. And then I want 2 to fill in the gap. So he did a skill move. He got past me. So what I want to do is I don't want to switch to defender 2. I want to stay on defender 1, and I want to cover his wing option and cut him off from there and use LB to pressure him with the AI defensive pressure at 2. Now, he saw that coming too, and he did another skill move to get past him. Now, I'm in trouble here because I have no defender now between him and the goal. The defender at 1 is not going to be there in time. So I'm still going to try and make it across and kind of block him, which I kind of do with my shoulder. That was lucky. And now I want to make sure I want to compress him, except he has an outlet pass at 2. And if he passes at this point, I'm pretty much hosed because my defender at 2 is behind the attacker, and there would be nothing I could do about that. But luckily, I had everybody in position enough to just lean on him enough to make him surrender possession, and I was kind of glad that wasn't a free kick. And once I do that, now I have a few options. I can clear it at position 2, or I can just pass it back. So let's see that move at full speed again. Here you go. Just kind of muscled him off the ball, and then didn't panic, didn't clear it, just kind of played it out. Keeping possession is very important. But as you'll see later on, that you have to be kind of careful the way you do that as well. Clearing in front of goal sometimes is really the best option. This is another great movement where I essentially dissected his very, very difficult defense. I had a lot of trouble. So at this point, my midfielder's at 1. I really only have 2 open. The other guy was not open. He was being covered. I have a similar situation here where the option 2 is being covered by a defender. And so my really only option is to pass it to 3. And at this point, I want to make sure that once I receive the pass, I either turn to the right of the attacker, or try and pass it off or lay it off to Benzema, who's coming in on the left. This is because the defender is on my left shoulder. So here, what actually happened is, because I held up the ball for a slight second, the defenders got on top of me. They got to my wrong side, and the extra defender is trying to cover my approach as I turn onto goal. But that means, of course, that Benzema is free. And at this point, Benzema can either use his weaker left foot or his strong right foot. And I actually elected to go with the left foot because I had more space. But generally, I would try and get in a little bit more closer, and then you can use your right foot finesse shot. So let's see that really fast again. Benzema, nice finish. Puts it past the goalkeeper. It's the first goal of the game. And truly, it was a very difficult defense to break down. I had to do a lot of clever passing to get past him. Here's another kind of good movement. Here's another way of doing it is, I'm getting the ball at 1, and I know a defender is going to push up on me. So I have to make a decision now, is do I turn to my right or do I turn to my left? And I show him my right side, so he thinks that I'm going to turn to my right, and then before the defender gets to me, I use the joystick to turn to the left. This is while I'm holding the left trigger, so I'm doing a skill move. So that actually catches the defender out, and he actually collapses thanks to the impact engine. Now I have two choices. I can either pass to Higuain, who's making a run, or I can take it myself onto the path indicated by number 2. In this case, actually, I chose to pass. That may not have been the best option, but his defender was cut out, so it turned out to be the best. Now, again, I have two options. I can kind of try and cut in towards the center, so I have a better angle on goal, but then I'll risk running into the defender, or do I just go straight down to position 3? And that's kind of what I did, so that I wouldn't have pressure from the defender. And then when you don't have pressure from a defender, and you have somebody as good as Higuain at the wheel, you just want to take a finesse shot. No pressure, right in front of goal, most likely 9 times out of 10 he's going to put this in. So let's see that move again. There you go, Higuain, finesse shot, goal, and that's really all. You have to make sure your attacker is a good finisher, otherwise those kinds of opportunities are much harder, but Higuain making a difference. So here I wanted to show you guys another defensive kind of situation where actually it didn't work out well for me. So here's what I started out with. I had the ball. It's 90th minute. The safe thing to do here is to pass it laterally, not try and pass to positions 2 or 3. But I'm a very attacking-minded player, so I try this maneuver anyway. I try to pass to Benzema, but he's just going to get cut off. That was just not a smart thing to do. So there's 2 defenders, 1 and 2, and they're just going to cut off that pass all day long. I should have passed the center circle. So let's see what damage happens in the 90th minute when you don't play smart and you don't play safe. So he has 2 options. He can go laterally, or he can go for goal by making a very long and riskier pass to number 2. And that's actually what he does. Now, I'm doing the right thing here. I'm pressing up my defender, but I'm not overrunning the ball. So I want to have enough pressure on him so he can't turn freely like I was turning with Benzema. And also, I want to make sure that the run being made by number 2 is being tracked by one of my other defenders. Unfortunately, he was able to make the turn. I guessed the wrong side. And now I switch players so that I can track his other attacker at number 2. So this is the right thing to do, is pressure the person with the ball, but at the same time don't overcommit. And at this point, he's through on goal, and he's probably going to try and take a finesse shot like I did with Higuain. So what I want to do is I want to charge the goalie to make the one-on-one much harder. People online can't seem to handle charging goalies. And at this point, all I can really do is tug on his shirt with that defender. And another thing to do is switch to the defender in the middle so you can actually cut off that aerial tramp that he just did. It's 90th minute. You know, I might be a little bitter, but tramp's a tramp, but you know, a goal's a goal as well. So that's a goal by Kaká. I don't know why the defender didn't get it, even though he jumped. And then, you know, them's the breaks. Here we go, just Kaká getting that goal um, for his team, picking the ball up. But unfortunately, that was too late, and that was all she wrote. And that was a really good game. I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, the kind of the tutorial bits of it. It was a low-scoring game, but I think it really lent itself to the tutorial bit. And here's the stats at the end. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you'd like to see more. Please leave a like, and I'll see you guys later.